What up? What up, everybody? So this is I kind of just because the news just broke. I wanted to go ahead and do a video instead of saving it for the show tomorrow. I have never ever heard of something like this happening. Does not mean that it has not happened. I just never heard of something like this happening, and it broke that Cyberpunk will be more so Sony is removing Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store and will offer refunds to players who already bought it. As you can see, well, I was looking, it's not there anymore, and obviously it says Sony. What is it? I forget what the SIE stands for. Something Interactive Entertainment, I believe. Sony Interactive Entertainment says strives to ensure. This is directly from PlayStation.com. Strives to ensure a high level of customer satisfaction. Therefore, we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via PlayStation Store. Sony Interactive Entertainment will also be removing Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store until further notice. Once we confirm that you purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via PlayStation Store, we will begin processing your refund. Please note that completion of the refund may vary based on your payment method and financial institution. And I know some folks that are going to be so confused on this because their little darling CD Projekt Red is just like, how could they possibly do something like this? And then there are those who have been lucky enough to play the game and not have at least game-breaking issues. Certainly PC masturbators will be the main ones to sit here and hee and ha, well, you should have got it on PC, as if the game's optimized on PC, but it's not. It's just not broken to the point of being unplayable over there. Now, this is despite all the news that have been coming out, really shady things being done by CD Projekt Red. They admitted in the the investor meeting, in which they said that they saw the signs and just ignored them. They ignored the signs that the game was not ready to be put out. They were shady in the sense of they rarely were showing PS or current generation. I hate to say last gen, current generation. Most people own the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, so the current generation of consoles, they completely ignored those issues and still put the game out. We've talked about it a million times. Go look at the previous shows, watch the previous shows, listen to the previous shows, or watch the video segments that we pulled from them talking about all of this and how it was some really shady stuff and all of the things that you guys gripe about when it comes to microtransactions and games like that of the bigger AAA studios, and that it incentivizes them to put out half-ass games. Cyberpunk, despite this version, the online version, will have microtransactions. They already confirmed that. There's no microtransactions here, which I'm not sure why they would be in a game like this. They did the same thing that you claim that those other studios done. And I think this is why you're hearing a lot of excuses being made. PC masturbators sitting there talking about what their PC is capable of doing. Oh, it's buttery smooth on my 1080 potato that I'm running, barely getting 60 damn frames. I understand where they're coming from because they can't possibly put themselves in the shoes of the other guys. And when console players get crapped on when something doesn't run properly, definitely a game like this is so stupid that people would go to that great length to sack ride CD Projekt Red, considering that through the entire promotional and marketing cycle, this game was promoted for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. We wouldn't even be talking about next gen consoles and how it looks on the next gen consoles if the game hadn't been pushed out so many times. The consoles weren't even announced or wouldn't have been announced if it came out when it was first supposed to be put out. Nonetheless, the game is virtually unplayable for certain users. But there are certain users that can play it, but I need y'all to understand how bad it actually is. There are plenty of videos in which people are talking about these insane frame rate drops, but when I talk about unplayable, for me, I have the PS4 Pro Enhanced version, obviously playing it on the PlayStation 5, and I'm saying the damn thing is just you can't play it. You go through an extended period of time and it crashes on you. I've documented a lot of crashes, and this is why I don't stream it, and this is why I've been playing it offline for the PC. I've clocked over 100 hours on it. I'm going to do my full review But the game's broken. It's just simply broken for those consoles. Some of those console players. A lot of Xbox One guys are having issues as well, certainly with the frame rates and so forth. But I've never seen anything like that. And if you're wondering, like, why would they do? It's that broken, guys. Like, we cannot underestimate how fucked this game is playing it on certain PlayStation 4. Certain guys are getting lucky and being able to play it. But it's literally unplayable for a significant amount of people, not just one or two. We're talking significant amounts of people that are playing this game and they can't play it without it being destroyed or looking like utter garbage. And I think that's partially why the refunds and stuff are coming in and why it's been taken off the store, because it looks like people have been bamboozled. And there's a case to be made for fraud there, because, you know, they did not really show how it was looking on those. They were really shady in that regards, and it doesn't look nearly as good as what it was anticipated to look like. And I can certainly understand. You can imagine playing a beautiful open world game like Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4 and then playing this, and it's like, what the hell? So I totally understand that, and there's absolutely a case to be made there. But I've never seen anything like this. This is bizarre. I just wanted to make this video to put that news out there. You will be able to get a refund. But I don't think this is anything special that Cyberpunk had did. More so CD Projekt Red. This whole, well, at least they are doing something that the other companies or wouldn't do. They actually admitted that in their investor call, like if you go listen to the conference call, we talked about this on CD Projekt Red. Well, there was a video that I did. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, for the transcript, the meeting that happened a few days ago, in which they specifically stated that they have no special deal. Now, I don't think that's changed. If it has, it has, but they state here, and we'll look at it right here, that there's nothing special that they're doing for them, and said, we are not encouraging gamers to return the game, blah, 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 blah. Let me see where it's at, where they actually talk about it. Right here. Says one has to understand Microsoft and Sony have refund policies for every product that is released digitally on their storefronts. Despite several articles I've seen that things are being set up just for us, it's actually not true. These policies are in place and have always been in place. They're not offered specifically for us. And again, that's even shadier, because they put out that statement that was like, okay, if you guys are not satisfied, you can get your refund. And I had all of these CD Projekt Red fanboys coming to, for example, my page and my Twitter saying, well, at least they're offering refunds. Just shut up. At least they're offering. Other companies wouldn't do that. Yes, they would. And it's nothing special that they were doing. And again, this is straight from the transcript from the conference call, which you also can listen in on. There's nothing special that they're even doing in that regard. But it's that bad that Sony's like, fuck it, pull it, man. We can't be putting this out there and have this product out. If for those that don't understand or were able to play it and weren't having that many problems, you need to look at videos, look at Twitter of people posting their experience. It is literally unplayable for certain folks. It's completely unacceptable that they put the game out in that state. And this is, yes, I'm going to be completely honest. In my years of gaming, I've had the PlayStation 4 since it was released. I've had the PlayStation 4. And no game that I have played has done what this game has done and crashed the amount of times it's crashed. Not any COD, not Marvel's Avengers, not any game that I played crashed that much. Of course, there's been games, 2K, right? Of course, there's been games that have crashed on me. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be dishonest about that. There's been plenty of games that have crashed. But when I go look at my Twitch streams, we're talking about 4 or 5 times in one session that this game has crashed. It's that bad. Go to wash my damn face in the mirror, crash. Like, it's that bad. I have compilations. That's how many crashes that we've gotten compilations of it crashing that many times. That's in addition to all the weird bugs and stuff that are in the game as well, which it is a buggy mess on PC. It just doesn't crash as much, and it's at least playable in a sense. So if you do have PlayStation and you got the version of PlayStation, the great news is that you can get your money back. I'm getting my damn money back because that damn thing is unplayable, and now I'm playing it on PC. CD Projekt Red really dropped the ball with this, and I'm not trying to hear. Let me end with this. All these people saying, "Well, it's the gamers' fault because they had these high demands of this game, and they were making these threats." And I'm like, all this death threat stuff, like people on Twitter. I don't know what the hell they're even talking about with that, but they were making these threats if the game didn't come out. And so they put it out, and now y'all mad. First of all, we have zero control on if the game comes out. Those were standards that CD Projekt Red set for themselves. If the game was not ready and they had to push it back a fourth or fifth time, that's probably what they should have did instead of giving people a product that doesn't even fucking function properly. This whole idea of blaming the consumer is I don't understand what people get with that, where they're coming from with that, where they're blaming everybody else when the consumer is just that. That's on them as a company to put out a product that functions, and now we see that it does not function in a way that people expected to function, and now people are going to have to get their refunds. And I think at least that's the silver lining of it all. No matter how excited, I know some of y'all called off work and all of this stuff, how stoked y'all were for this game. And if you have it on those consoles, man, it could be rough. It can be rough on anything. It can be rough on your PC as well. When you play it on, you probably got to put it on potato settings, depending on what settings that you have it on, using the DLSS settings, which again, that's what I say that's the equivalent to potato settings, because they're converting it down. The resolution is down, and they're converting it up. So it's not like native 4K or anything like that when you're talking about DLSS. Nonetheless, that's a whole. I've done videos talking about the optimization issues and how some tips that you can use to try to fix some of that as well. So go watch those videos. But good news is you can get your damn refund.